Hey, I'm Michael Outlaw with Outlaw Drums, and this is a little bit about our company. Getting ready to start demolition day. We got our work clothes on, we got our crowbars and our hammers, and we're fixing to get down to business. This whole structure here that nobody's lived in for the 1940s is fixing to be tore down and made into musical instruments. And today is day one, so say goodbye to the house.
So that's what Outlaw is all about, reusing, recycling. You know, there's tons of wood laying around out there, and who would have thought that it's actually sounds great on a drum set.
It's built to perfection. They're gonna last on the road. You can just like beat them to a pulp.
I really enjoy the fact that they started so small and they've started as a family company and grown into something that has been well known and renowned around the country as some of the best stave drums that you can buy.
Outlaw with Outlaw Drums is a fantastic person, a fantastic guy that loves the craft of drums.
They sound great, they're built great, and you can really dial them in too, which is another problem I find with a lot of snare drums. I just can't manipulate the drum enough to get what I want out of them, and then until I found these drums.
Those things sang more than most any normal ply drum sets I've ever hit on. The tuning on them was fantastic. It just is not what you expect from the world of stave drums. So, I mean, Outlaws kind of got it figured out at this point.
My heart is my passion to reclaim as much of this old lumber as I possibly can. I just love the craft of drums. I love building drums. I love the whole aspect of it, start to finish. I love resawing the boards, tearing down the buildings, tuning them, playing them for the first time. I'm a drummer at heart. I live for drums. I think about drums all the time.
I've been playing his snare drums for quite some time now. Big believer in all of his work. Love his craftsmanship. Everything about the drums is just a big fan.
I like everything about how this drum sounds for sure. When I picked it up and hit it for the first time, it was like, it felt right, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, I didn't have to go a long way to try to do anything to it, you know.
Because of what Mike is grabbing and using as these different types of woods now, and how well he makes the drums. I mean, it's amazing.
We're not really a drum company that just spits drums out really fast.
I love them. I love them. And I think especially within the genre I play in, country, it fits perfect.
I really enjoy the sound, I enjoy the story that each drum carries, and just the fact that they look absolutely sweet is incredible. And the talking that I get when I go to a show or when I'm on tour and pull them out of the bus and people comment on them the way that they do just makes me feel good to know that I have that kind of backing behind me.
Incredible the amount of attention to detail that goes into making these drums. The history of the wood, reclaimed heartwood pine. They have some beautiful finishes. The drums have a really cool tone. It's different than a lot of things that are out there on the market.
That's the way to make drums. That's what drums are supposed to sound like. Anybody doesn't know that, don't need to be in the music business.
I get compliments on it wherever I go.
They make the best drums in the whole world. I mean, these things sound amazing. This is without mics. If you come in and look closely, like the grain is just all natural. They make their drums without, you know, breaking down, you know, tons of trees and making assembly line drums. So each drum has its own sound, and the aged grain really brings out its own definition. When you have an Outlaw drum kit, you have a one-of-a-kind kit.
I love about your drums. Love them. There's options. I'm not limited, hardly at all. That's what I love. That's what I respect about it. You take that same drum and tune it just a little different and go play heavy metal. Or this, just with the same snare. Love it. Love it. I went back to that blueberry because I love it. It's my favorite, that heart pine.
My name is Dennis Ware. I played with Josh Roberts in the Hinges. Played Outlaw drums today. They looked and sounded great. Some great drums.
John Wesley. I play with Moplin. I just got the opportunity to play on an Outlaw drum kit today. It was the greatest thing I've ever played drums on. The sound was so perfect. The tone of the drums was just fantastic. It was the greatest opportunity of my life.
I love these Outlaw drums. The look is awesome. The sound is fabulous. We just recorded our first album. The sound is incredible and just incredible. Love them. Thank you, Outlaw.
Man, that was the fattest drum tone I've ever heard and felt in my life. You can literally feel the floor tom and any of the other toms when you hit it. Snare, not only does it have a wonderful crack, but it has a great depth, great volume. It really just cuts through the mix.
No, but like seriously, I mean, it's just, it's rare to find product that's good, especially, I mean, at this point, that's reasonable. This is beyond reasonable. You don't find quality hand craftsmanship.
Outlaw Drums has its own unique sound.
I mean, this snare, it's taken a beating, and it's still, as I bought it, it's great.
Man, I walked into a concert, and this is honestly, and I'm not lying because I'm a minister, which doesn't really mean I won't lie, but anyway, I walked into a concert, and the first thing I said when I heard the band playing, I don't even remember what band, but I've got very acute ears because I've done probably thousands of hours in the studio, and I said to the guy, I said, either the sound man is great, or either those are some killer drums. And I walked by a table and I saw drums and I turned it over and I looked at how fat the wood, how deep that's the way to make drums. That's the way to make drums. That's what drums are supposed to sound like. Anybody doesn't know that, don't need to be in the music business.
So yeah, I've definitely been really, I don't want to say abusive, but I've definitely tested these drums' limits, and they can withstand anything.
Been bringing two on the road. I've been playing Outlaw drums now for about a year, and they've been with me all the time on this tour, and nothing wrong. I mean, Outlaw drums has its own unique sound, built great, and you can really dial them in too, which is another problem I find with a lot of snare drums. I just can't manipulate the drum enough to get what I want out of them, and then until I found these drums.
I never want to play anything else.
Really cool drums, great company, and great bunch of guys.
They make the best drums in the whole world.
I mean, I can't find a better snare than these, honestly.